Welcome back to the Achieve Your Apex podcast. I'm your host, Chad Hyams, and today we are zeroing in on something that quietly sabotages more goals than most people realize. It's not lack of talent, it's not a weak plan, it's this: the finish line keeps moving. And when that happens, even the most driven people will feel like they're just running in place. Have you ever driven on a hot summer day and seen what looks like shimmering water on the road ahead? Right? You know it. It's not actually water that's there. It's a mirage. It's light distorting in the heat. Now think about your goals. When conditions around them are not consistent, when expectations change, or when others' opinions get louder than your own, it'll distort your view. It creates confusion. You lose focus, and that mirage keeps pulling you forward without ever letting you arrive. Imagine getting up the energy to train for a marathon. Run a marathon. You go out there, you start running, and partway through the race, they move the finish line. So now you got to run farther. Yet as you start to think you're getting close, they move the finish line. You would never have started the race, much less kept running, if they were going to not tell you how far you were truly running and keep pulling that finish line away from you. Yet we do it to ourselves all the time. In the business world, there's a term called scope creep. Okay, it's what happens when a clearly defined project begins to stretch or shift or expand beyond the original intent. Maybe new people weigh in. Maybe someone suggests changing the goal or adding a few steps along the way. Maybe its timelines moved. Suddenly, the destination is farther away than when you started, and this is the same thing that happens to us in life. You set a goal, someone else questions it. You make progress, social media makes you feel like you're behind. You get clarity and start working on it, and then someone tells you your goal's not big enough. How many times have you heard someone say, "That's not a big enough goal, double it"? And before you know it, you're chasing something you never wanted in the first place. The finish line was moved on you. There was a study done at the Dominican University of California that found people who write down clear goals and commit to specific outcomes are 33% more likely to achieve them. Again, I mentioned something like this in the last episode. If I could give you a way to increase the likelihood of hitting a goal, wouldn't you do it? Go write down clear goals and commit to specific outcomes. Because clarity creates confidence. Wandering finish lines create fatigue. Okay? Here's the truth. Some goals do evolve. That's normal and sometimes necessary. The key is you get to be the one who decides, not input from others. You are the one who decides when a goal needs to shift. You adjust your goals when maybe new evidence or deeper insight demand it of you. Not when the world gets loud. Not when someone else questions what you're doing and how you're going about doing it. Not when comparison creeps in. We don't change our goals then. Ancient civilization believed the earth was flat. And some of you out there might still believe it. Because that's what they saw. It wasn't until observers began to challenge that view with evidence and perspective that the belief changed and the earth was round. They saw what others ignored. When you set your goal, don't just follow the crowd. See clearly, think critically, and if the horizon needs to shift, you get to make that decision with intention, not because of reaction. Now, one of my favorite motivators, Zig Ziglar, said it perfectly when he said, a goal properly set is halfway reached. Your job is to plant that flag, not keep moving where you're going. So here's the takeaway for today. Make the finish line real. Make it yours. And once you've set it, protect it until you decide it's time to evolve. Thanks for being here on the Achieve Your Apex podcast. If this podcast episode sparks something for you, just like you want to make fun of the fact I just said that, that's okay. Share it with someone else. They need to hear the clarity about the goals they're setting right now. And until our next episode, as always, keep climbing.